Hey, this is Gene from the Assisted Living Network. What are the most important factors that a family looks for in an assisted living home for their mom, dad, parent, or loved one? Well, number one criteria is typically location. How close is it to them? You see, the resident's going to move in once, but we, the family, we're going to go visit them again and again and again. So it has to be conveniently located. Now, one of the things I love about the residential assisted living model is it's in the same neighborhood that we may live in. Certainly the same community, but usually it's within 5, 10, 15 miles or 20 minutes. So that way somebody can drive over after work and get home, and it only takes an hour or two to have that visit to be able to come and go a couple of times a week or a month. So location is critical. Another one, budget. What does it cost? And one of the things to really keep in mind is that when you have typically the residential assisted living model, it's one side and it includes everything. In a big box facility, many times they say, come on in, the base rate is this. And then they have a menu of options. Would mom like to eat? Does mom have medication? Does she need help with transportation? And so on and so on and so on. Before you know it, the base rate of $3,000, you've got the add-ons that make it $5,000, $6,000, and $7,000. We have a lot of people that come to our home that say, I moved into the big box facility and I thought it was only going to be this price, and after the first month it was this price, then they kept raising it every single time with all those little nickel and dimes. In residential assisted living, it's one price, it covers it all. So location, price, and then it's really the caregivers. The caregivers, yep, the manager, that's important. How do they treat the caregivers? But the caregivers are the ones who are face-to-face, day-to-day with your mom, with your dad. Do they speak English, number one? Do they communicate with love? Are they well-trained? Are they certified? Are they good at what they do? Would you trust them with your own mom and dad? Because ultimately, that's what you're doing. I'm going to suggest also as another idea for what to look for is go see it. Go for a tour, what we call a visit or an experience. Go see the home, experience the home, but that's when they're expecting you. Then drop by a few days later when they're not expecting you, just knock on the door and see if it's different. If it's the same, that's great. If it's different, maybe they were putting on a show for you when you were there, and it's a little different when they're not expecting you. Then go on a weekend, because the staff during the week is typically different than the staff on the weekend. So see what the weekend staff is like, what the chef is like, or the food is like, or the activities are like, and how does it differ on the weekend versus the weekday. When you're looking at that home, those are some of the absolute most important things. We said location, what's the budget, and the true cost, not the here's the base price and then what do they add on, but the one true cost that you know is going to be there. We talked about the caregivers. The caregivers are frontline, face-to-face with mom and dad. The manager, that's important because they're the ones overseeing the caregivers. How do they communicate with the caregivers? Do they give them the resources they need, the tools they need? Do they provide good food and nutrition? Another element we haven't talked about yet, activities. You see, mom and dad, they're not just there renting a room. They're there and they're in community with those other seniors. Peers their own age, so what are they doing together? Do they have outside entertainment, inside entertainment, or both? In our homes, we have both. We have the caregivers do activities with the residents there, whether it be singing or karaoke or reading or audiobooks. In addition to that, we have outside activities that come in. Special events, parties all the time, but activities on a regular basis like senior yoga, music, sing-alongs, pet therapy, exercise, and so on. You might have field trips, but it's a little bit harder for people in assisted living to go somewhere outside of the home. But it's a good idea for you as a family member to come and visit, see them, and even take them somewhere else if it's appropriate and you're able to. By the way, if you're moving into a home, see if the caregiver or the staff, ask the manager, that's the place to start, would be willing to come with you on doctor's appointments. That's important. In our home, we do that automatically. We offer that, we like to do that, because the doctor may communicate something that is important that needs to get directly to the caregivers, and the best way to do that is to have somebody from the home, the staff, the manager themselves, go with you to that appointment. In addition to that, it gives the doctor an opportunity to know what the caregiver's skill level is, and that communication level is open. It's a good situation, and I highly encourage it. Transportation being provided by that senior center or that facility, that residential assisted living home, may or may not be that important to you. But I would say the caregivers, the managers, the care that is provided is of top concern. Location, for sure. The closer, the more convenient to you, easy to get to, that's what's important there. The cost, well, everything has a cost. The price itself is one thing, but the value of what you're getting is important. I know when my mom needed help, I was willing to do and pay virtually anything to provide what I couldn't do myself. Now I'm capable, but I'm just not designed that way to be the caregiver. But my caregivers that I've trained, or they've been trained, I didn't train them personally, are well qualified, they're certified, they're really good at what they do. And they've been doing it for years and years and years, and they love doing it. And that's what you should be looking for when you're moving your mom, your dad, or anybody is looking for a home. Do the caregivers care? Do the managers manage? Is the home well located, and is the price right for your budget at this time in life? There's a lot of considerations, and those are the top 5, 6, or 7 for you before you or a loved one moves into assisted living. This is Gene from the Assisted Living Network saying do good and do well. If you like what you've seen and heard, please subscribe.